I get it. You want a longer Q&A, so strap in. Let's go. What item or type of clothing makes you feel powerful? I really like that bodysuit that I have with the collar here. I don't know why, I just feel sexy and powerful in it. I want to have enjoyable sex, but I have trouble enjoying it because I'm really awkward and can't relax, which also therefore makes the guy uncomfortable. Any tips? Be able to talk to the person. I feel like all of these questions, they're just a different version that gets the same advice, you know? So it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for sex, I'm not comfortable right now. Talk about it. You know, you might not be ready. You should be at a place where you love yourself, you love your body, and you're comfortable around this other person, both talking about it and, you know, saying, hey, this should be different or faster or slower. Like, the easier it is to communicate with another person, the easier it is to feel comfortable in really any situation, especially sex. So make sure that you maybe talk about how you feel uncomfortable and maybe what can be done about that. And I would say if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to talk about how you're uncomfortable, you're probably not ready to have sex. Can you do a review on all the sex toys if you like them or not? I tend to do reviews on the standouts in my sex toy videos, which I'll link a couple down below. I've done 2 in the last month or so I will link those down below, but you know, if they get brought up in another video, it means that they are mind-blowing and you need to check them out. If they don't, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad, it just means like nothing stood out like crazy, you know what I mean? So I guess I would just say look at the ones that I mentioned in another video, and if it gets mentioned again, try it out. I just started a CGEB, I don't know what that means, but this year, and in one of my classes a guy came and sat next to me at the beginning of the semester. We started talking, got super close in the past month and a bit, and last night we had sex. He was my first time and he said he likes me and I like him too, but he doesn't want a relationship right now because he's leaving for the UK in 8 months for university and he doesn't want to get too attached to me. Is there any way that I can convince him to live in the moment and worry about the future when it happens, or should I just accept this fact? I think that he has made himself clear, you know, he has said like, listen, I like you, but I don't want a relationship, and that's fair. I would say it's now up to you to decide if you are able to just be friends or be fuck buddies or just hang out, or if you need more. And if you need more, you know, there's nothing saying you can't still be friends with this guy, but there's also, you know, nothing wrong with going out and looking for somebody else to be with, because he's already made his wishes clear. He doesn't want a relationship because he's moving here. It's a legitimate reason, and even if it wasn't, it's his prerogative to not want a relationship. So now you need to decide what you need and what you can handle out of this relationship. But I mean, I think that it's great that he is communicating himself, and I think that it's a good lesson to realize that you can't control other people's actions or feelings, and you can really only control yourself and how you react to them. I've been going on dates with this guy for 4 months now, and he says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, but says he might change his mind. Every time we talk about where it's going, he always says he's unsure because he's traveling next July for a few months. What should I do? Should I end it with him? Okay, here is what I would do in this situation. I would decide, hey, do I need a relationship to be happy? If so, if you're not one, and I'm not one, who enjoys being in that like iffy moment, like it's been 4 months, either get in a relationship or don't. But I understand needing some kind of like definitive, like, yes, we're exclusive, no, we're not going to be exclusive. Like, I understand that you want an answer and there's nothing wrong with that. So here's what I would say to him. I would say, look, I want you to be happy, and it seems like you're not completely sure of what you need right now. So, you know, I think you need to go off, figure out what you need, and hopefully I'm still available if you figure it out and decide that you want to be in a relationship, because I want you to be happy, but I also want me to be happy, and I need more than what we have going right now. And I like saying that to people, and I've used this a couple of times, because you're saying that you have standards, and you're saying that you want him to be happy, and you're saying that, you know, if he happens to be happy and you also happen to be available, there's a chance, but you might have moved on. So make a decision, you know, like go after what you want to go after. So hopefully that'll put a fire under his ass to make a decision. Again, it might not go the way that you want. He might realize like, oh, all right, so I don't want a relationship. That's fine. And that's totally fine, because you're still getting what you want either way. You're either getting him into this relationship dedicated, or you're getting your freedom back to go after somebody who's actually going to be interested in a relationship with you. So really, it's a win-win for you either way. My boyfriend says sometimes I smell like pee down there. What can I do? Shower. You could even get some of that special vaginal wash, like the vaginal cleansers. I think it's like Summer's Eve or Spring's Eve or something. You can use a hygiene wipe before you're about to have sex. You can even take like a damp paper towel and just like wipe down there. But I would say probably the easiest thing is like, hey, you're coming over in 10 minutes? All right, I'm gonna take a quick shower, and then like go and do that. And also, if it's like a constant thing, I would talk to the doctor, but I'm sure it's just like you need to cleanse a little bit better, and that's fine. At least now you know. At least your boyfriend's like letting you know, which is honestly, I think, a good thing that you guys can be that open with each other. So my ex wanted to meet up with me and was acting all sad and said that he split up with his girlfriend, so I met up with him and he kissed me and told me he liked me again and kept wanting to meet up but then letting me down, and I find out he's still with the girl. What's he playing at? He's playing at being a douchebag, and I would say you should let the girl know, and I would also say you should block him on everything and never look back, because this guy sucks. What's the craziest place you had sex or someone you know had sex? I'm not gonna speak for someone that I know, but I would really, really love to get one of my friends on the podcast because they have fucking incredible sex stories. But for me, I haven't really had sex anywhere crazy. Probably like in the RV. Me and my boyfriend have been together for nearly a year and we've had so many arguments. He wants us to live together, but I don't want to because of all that. What shall I do? I would say moving to the next step while your relationship is already on rocky ground isn't a good idea. Like, this is basically the same as like, our relationship is falling apart, let's have a baby, and that'll pull it back together. Like, you don't want to move further into a committed relationship when you're unsure or you're on rocky ground. Like, it's not healthy. You need to figure out your issues, learn how to communicate it in a healthier way, and then move forward once your foundation is more secure and solid. So I would say don't move in together. And I'm sure that this is something that could hurt your guys' feelings. So I would just say something like, listen, I love you and I do want to live with you, but I want us to be together for a very long time. And I think if we moved in now while we're fighting all the time and we're not able to communicate, it would be a negative thing for our relationship. I want us to be as secure and as healthy and as in love as we possibly can be. And I think we need to work on why we're fighting all the time, and I think we need to learn how to communicate in a better way. And once that happens, I am so in to moving in with you. I want to do this, but I want to make sure it's not going to break us apart. Like, I would just express it to this person in a way that's like, I love you and I want to do this and I want us to get better and be in the best possible relationship because I love you so much. You know, make it a positive thing that you're excited to do once you've fixed the issues in your relationship, which I totally believe that you can, but you both have to be open to working on the relationship before moving forward. My ex-boyfriend ignores me and now doesn't even look at me because he doesn't want anything to do with me, and it makes me feel like he used me. I wanted to be friends with him. What should I do? Again, another lesson, like, you cannot control other people's behavior. I talk about this on You Now all of the time. I think it's so important to realize that the only person you can control is yourself. You can control your own feelings, your own actions, and the responses that you have to other people's feelings and actions. You cannot control another human being. So, like, stressing out that your ex is ignoring you or that this guy that you have a crush on doesn't like you back, you can't do anything about that, you know? You can control how you act and react, and you can, to some extent, control how you feel about something. But you can't force someone to like you, you can't force someone to want to be friends with you. You can only say, like, okay, they don't want to be friends with me. I don't want to waste my time with somebody who doesn't want to be friends with me because I'm awesome. You know, that's the outlook that I think is so important for you guys to have, because you are awesome. And still, even though you're great, some people aren't going to want to date you, be friends with you, fuck you. Like, some people, you're just not their type, and that's okay. You know, I'm not some people's type, some people aren't my type. We don't all click together. You know what I mean? So just believe that you're great and you deserve the best, and you deserve people in your life who want to be there and are willing to work to be there, just like you are willing to work to be in other people's lives, and go from there. You know, don't waste your time on people who suck. Do you want kids? If so, would you adopt if you were with another woman? I want to adopt regardless as to who I end up with. You know, I want at least one kid, maybe two, and I have no real desire to give birth or get pregnant. I mean, if it happens, awesome. But I really, really want to adopt a kid. I love the idea of giving somebody a home, and like, I wouldn't even necessarily need to adopt a baby. Like, I'm totally open to the idea of one day adopting like a child or someone who's a little bit older, because I know that once I'm at that point where I can choose, like, yes, I'm ready to adopt, like, I'm gonna have such a full life to share with this other person, and I'm gonna make sure that their life is amazing, and I'm so excited about that. And it's nowhere near close yet, but when it happens, I'm excited for future me. It's gonna be good. And future my baby. Me and my baby. Would you ever do an anxiety video? It would be amazing if you did. I need you guys to let me know in the comments what videos you want to see from me, whether it be girl talk or decluttering, minimalism, and then anxiety. And also kind of what would you want to see in the video. So if I do an anxiety video, do you want like different techniques I use to get my anxiety under control? Do you want, you know, my anxiety story? What do you want? Because I'm kind of at this point in YouTube where I've almost been doing this for 9 years. Oh my God. And I'm kind of like blanking on ideas for videos, so I need your help. What do you want to see? Give me a huge list in the comments or on Ask a Fam or on Twitter, wherever is easiest for you. But I just need some requests from you guys, so let me know. But I can absolutely do an anxiety video. Okay, and we're gonna end off with this one. I'm in my 2nd year of university and I've been struggling with severe anxiety. I can't take more than 1 class per semester. Do you have any strategies or techniques for coping with school-related anxiety? I completely went through this exact same thing almost a year ago today. My anxiety started getting really, really bad last October, and it started kind of generalizing into school and going to school and being at school, and I would just get really, really anxious about being there. Every aspect of it gave me such anxiety that I took a semester off. I would say obviously get into some therapy and learn some techniques from a professional, but I would also maybe suggest to you looking into doing some online school, which is what I'm doing right now. And you can still get your degree that way. A lot of your credits from your 1st year are always transferable to other schools. And for me, it was a really good choice. You know, I would at least suggest you to think about it if, you know, going to this place is really hard for you, or maybe take some time off and get into some really intensive therapy, or you know, just figure out if this is what you really want to be doing. Because sometimes anxiety is nothing, and then sometimes it's really helped me kind of reevaluate my goals and decide like, oh, I don't want to do that. So I like change directions and I'm a lot happier and more open to it. And I'm not saying that's what it is. It could be anything, but just take everything into consideration. But I would definitely look at maybe doing some online schooling from home or from your apartment or something, because for me, I've never done so well in class, and I've never gotten it done so quickly, and I've never felt so calm about it, because I can do it at my own pace, and I can do it in a zone that's comfortable for me, and that's what I need to excel. And also talk to your doctor. Maybe you need some anxiety meds, and there's nothing ever wrong with that. I'm currently on anxiety meds, and they've really kind of helped just to even out my moods a little bit, which is nice. So hopefully you guys like this. I'm doing longer Q&As. The shorter ones are easier to film, and then I can get more out to you guys. Instead of doing like 1 Q&A a week, I can do 2. But let me know if you prefer these really long ones over the shorter ones, over the more frequent ones, even if it just might be 2 videos a week on this channel, because if you like the longer ones, I can absolutely do these, but it'll probably just be like 1 vlog and 1 Q&A a week, aside from like 2 Q&As and 1 vlog a week. So let me know. And also please leave your video requests down below. I'm just gonna go on a filming frenzy after I put this video up, so make sure to get your comments in, and I will continue to look back at this video anytime I need requests. So even if you're watching this like 7 months down the line, leave your requests down below. And that's it. I'm gonna go and film a girl talk, so check out my main channel, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.